Aaron Whitlow with my quick review of the movie Logan. Spoilers. Schnook. Just playing. Anyway, Logan. It is Hugh Jackman's swan song to the character Wolverine / Logan. He it takes place maybe 6 to 10 years, I want to say, after the events of Days of Future Past, and it shows a older, um, like almost down on his luck, seems like complacent almost, Wolverine / Logan. Um, he his claws doesn't uh, spring the way that they used to in his youthful, if you want to call it youthful years, even though he's been around since the late 1700s, 1800s, Um, but his claws doesn't come out like one of them gets stuck and he has to pull, and that's a very gross scene. Um, and that, let me say this, and that reminds me of what he said in one of the earlier films, that it always hurts whenever those claws come out. It always hurts. And so that was a very painful scene to see. But yeah, he's a limo driver, essentially like a Uber type of guy. And he has his limo and he picks up everything from socialites to prom kids, bachelor party kids, things like that. He pretty much, that's his life. And when we first see him, he's being accosted, I guess. Accosted? I don't know if that's the word. You know the big word I'm trying to think of, guys. Anyway, he's being pretty much ganged up on by not to sound racist, but a group of Mexicans. Not to be racist, because that's what they are. You know, them. Yeah. So he's being, and so but then that's when the action kind of picks up and starts off, and you find that in this time frame, not timeline, because it is within the same universe as the other movies. Even that god awful Last Stand, which I'm glad that they kind of circumvented that. But you find out that he is taking care of Professor Xavier, who is kind of, he reminds me of someone that has, and seeing people go through it, he seems like someone that has dementia, or something like that, Alzheimer's. Someone that has that is declining in his health. But he's taking care of him, who has these outstanding crazy seizures that if you are a fan of this series of movies, that Professor Xavier can stop a whole airport and make everybody stop in their tracks. Well, what if your mind starts to get away from you? What would that look like if you can't really control those powers? And that's what we see. We see a glimpse into what that would be like for a super mutant like Charles Xavier. And so and supposedly back before this movie happened, in the backstory leading up to this film, Charles Xavier had some type of episode that killed 7 mutants and several other civilians, and we don't know which mutants are that were killed. I would say it would be those that are mainly the X-Men, or would be considered the X-Men. In this time frame, it would probably been Jean Grey, which I don't understand, because she's like super mutant. It would probably been Storm. It would probably been um, Scott or Cyclops. It would probably been Beast. Kitty Pryde. People like that. Hopefully Jubilee. Nobody likes Jubilee. But anyway, so there's an incident that happened before this movie even really, like, before, like, in the background story to this film. But yeah, Wolverine meets this lady who is caring for this little girl. It's like 11, 12-year-old girl. Obviously, we find out later on that this is X-23, a genetic clone of Wolverine, a female version of Wolverine, except for the claws. Like, she still has 6 claws, 2 on her hands, 2 on her feet. But all in all, what is my review of this film? So I went into this film with a lot of hype around it. I had a buddy of mine, Bill Dozer. He talked this film up. My buddies, Dustin Quisenberry, talked this film up. Most people that I've talked to, only person that really didn't talk it up was a buddy of mine that I work with named Joe. He really didn't talk it up. But what did I think about the film? I thought that it was, well, I give it a 5. I would give it more of a 4.5. And this is the reason for that. The film is an R. It is not intended truly for children. Now, the film also has a lot of language. Me personally, I can do without it. I can do without the language. And it's uncomfortable, not so much seeing Logan / Wolverine, because he seems like the type that would cuss. It was kind of, it took me back a little bit. Now, seeing Charles Xavier cuss, that was very uncomfortable, because in the film series, he has always been this stellar, regal type of elegant character, almost very benevolent, very, of course he was created to be to model Martin Luther King Jr., so he had that type of character, a persona about himself. So to see this man cussing and things like that, it was unsettling. But I say that to say this: I can understand with people can become older and senile and honoring, and so I can see that, and that's that is in real life a very uncomfortable thing to go through, to experience. Someone that that you've seen, and I've seen it firsthand with my mom. Not saying that she was like a sailor or anything, but you just seen she just just over the course of sickness and illness, they're not the same person that they were before the illness. Like, a lot of their filter is gone. Illness and sickness does that to people. So I can see that. I can understand that, and that's a very uncomfortable thing. And I don't shun the film because of it, because that mirrors reality. I have questions in regards to like what happens next. Also, but like I said, spoilers. With the ending with Wolverine and his death, Logan and his death. I think it could have been stronger. He kind of went out like getting his butt handed to him by X-24. And I wish he could have been. I wish he could have went out with a little bit more of a bang. But also, that's reality. Not everybody goes out with a bang. So so that's why I give it a 4.5 thumbs up. I don't know what my thing's gonna be, but yeah. Would I recommend you see it? Absolutely. I would still recommend you see it. I would go into it not expecting a classic, but expecting something that is one of the most realist superhero movies that has came out in a long time. And I say that fully aware of Dawn of Justice and that crap fest. I hated Dawn of Justice, guys. Really hated it. I like Superman. Hate what they did with Superman. But yeah, let me know what you think about. Let me know what you think about the movie. Do you recommend other people see it? What is some of the things that I missed in the movie? Like I said, before I close off, I like to see what happens going forward with the next generation of mutants and who is the voice in Canada waiting for them. I like to see where they go with this. I don't think they should do another prequel film. I think that the X-Men timeline should now just move forward and never backwards. Hugh Jackman did a great job as Logan throughout this decade or so that he's been playing this character, and he's really evolved. And I'm interested to see where they go with this film. All right, this is Aaron. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll also post a video of my review on Get Out. I seen that a couple of weeks back. If I go see Kong, I'll post that as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe, like this video, and I like you. You have a good rest of your day.